Ahoy there, my mateys. My name is Champ, local scaredy cat, and raging gambling addict. How are ya? It's almost October, which means we need obligatory scary videos. I'll be honest with ya, I don't celebrate Halloween and I don't intend on anytime soon. Halloween is a mostly Western holiday, so I didn't really grow up trick-or-treating or dressing up or anything like that. But I did grow up watching YouTubers play scary games during the scary month, so I wanted to try my hand at that. I'll also be honest, I don't really like playing horror games, so I'll be playing horror games in order of scariness. Level 5 is not scary, and level 1 is I'm about to run into the room scary.
Broken bones complete.
So, this is first on the list because when I was a kid, this was the scariest Flash game on earth. I was convinced that there was nothing scarier than this, but playing the game now, the scariest thing in it is how compressed the background is. But I think the thing that terrified me the most as a kid was the health system. Every time you clicked on something wrong or something jumped out and scared you, you lost health. And you kept track of how much health you've lost by seeing how close Lucifer is to dragging you to hell. Alright, this isn't really that scary, but it was terrifying to me when I was 5, so it still counts. If you know what you're doing, even if you don't know what you're doing, this game is relatively short. You could beat this in a minute or less if you really wanted to. So there's not much I have to say about the game. It's short, it's sweet, it has a good message for kids with nightmares, but the health system in it is just something else. The Cave Diver. Wishlist on Steam. No, thank you. What the fuck? What the fuck? Alright, this one is actually scary. I just stumbled upon this game, looked at the trailer, and said to myself, alright, well, that doesn't seem too bad. Well, it was too bad. It's supposed to be a 30-minute experience. Ah, fuck. Get these rocks off of me. I'm gonna still keep going. Wait, can I still keep going? I can still keep going. Oh, all that climbing just to get into a fucking dead end. Okay, great. I get it. I'll restart. Jeez. Nothing jumped at the screen or anything like that, and I think that's worse, because the game has this amazing sound design that makes me think that something will jump at the screen, but really, I was getting worked up over nothing. Come on. Yeah, baby! Yeah, ab workout! Wow. This crawling stance is fucking awful. My heart is beating so fast. In game and in real life. The game plays like a worse version of QWOP. Sometimes you're gonna have a really hard time pulling yourself forward because your body likes to crumple, and you really can't go more than 2 feet without your spine snapping into a new axis in this one. We are getting a killer workout though. By the time anything adversary shows up, my guy's gonna be strong enough. He's gonna have the biceps of a fucking god, and we could just practically beat it up or something. Hold on. I seem to be stuck. Did I enjoy this game? Not really. I'm not a big fan of getting scared, or monsters, or the unknown, and I also didn't appreciate the feeling of helplessness I felt playing throughout the game. I'm getting morsels that there's something in this cave with me, and I can't run. I made fun of the game's premise, but apparently there is a good reason as to why we are crawling in the depths of this cave. It turns out that our man is a paraplegic, or, well, our men. Plural. We're looking for a flower at the bottom of this cave that can cure any ailment, even paraplegia. But is that a good enough reason to throw yourself down the depths of 8 dead men and counting cave? Absolutely not. I liked it though. Would I buy it? Absolutely not. I used to play this game with Josh and Jan and some other friends of mine, and we were screaming our heads off holy fuck, is that the Slender Man? Hold on, is it a paper? Nah. Is this scarier than the Cave Diver? I'm gonna say yeah, a little bit. You know, the Cave Diver is all fluff, and this one, I know I'm getting pursued. I can see the monster, but yeah, the Cave Diver is definitely higher. You know, scarier than this, because I wasn't even remotely scared. I know I said I was gonna play in order of scariness, but I kinda decided to freestyle this one, because I genuinely thought that Slender would be scarier than the Cave Diver, but now that I played it, it's kind of the opposite, and I'm kind of disappointed. You're telling me that this was the scariest game a decade ago. Hundreds and thousands of Slender Let's Plays, and it's this. PewDiePie screamed his head off for this.
Where the fuck am I going?
Yeah, I just spent about 20 minutes stumbling around this park like a proper drunk, and I don't plan on spending another 20, so I'm sorry if I don't finish the game. The only reason I even got caught was because I decided to fool around and got discombobulated, which isn't such a hard thing to do since the game's so dark, and then it just gets worse with the static.
Alright, let me just skedaddle faster. I gotta run, guys! Slenderman's after me! Oh shit! He's right there! Slender! Yeah, and just like that I lost him. And I'm also fucking lost. What? What? Where is he? Are you fucking kidding me?
I was looking for horror games in my enormous Steam library, and I found this cute little indie game from 5 months ago. And yeah, this one isn't also that scary, but I guess to some people this could be scary. There's sudden loud noises. Theo looks a bit tall and he can be a bit standoffish, what with his rather aloof and egocentric personality, and the people in this basement begging to be let out can be a bit of a turn-off. But, hear me out. Look at him. Be nice to him because he will kill you, especially if you don't bother going out to do with him in the first place.
Alright, so this game is called The Convenience Store. Or as it shows up on OBS, The Convenience Store, Yakin Jikin.
So, I actually thought this would be the scariest game on the list easily, but as it turns out, this wasn't really that scary.
I'm gonna wait for the day to end. I'm just gonna do my job, sit still, be at the counter. What? Oh, that's freaky. Let me just close that then. Out of sight, out of mind.
I got startled here and there, but I wouldn't say I had adrenaline pumping through my veins like in the cave diver.
So I'm just gonna drop it right there. Enter the counter and go inside. Oh, you piece of fuck. Let me check the CCTV, see what's up. Yep, well, I don't know what I was expecting, but it was not that.
In this game, you basically play as a part-timer in a convenience store and you experience spooky happenings like these giant rats, the fact that you're working alone on a night shift, customers being rude and entitled, and this tall and vengeful ghost woman. The scariest part would be when I had to solve a puzzle by watching this bloody kid look at TVs through a busted CCTV. I'll admit, I eventually just looked up the solution because I could not figure this out. This wasn't that scary. And I'm sorry that I couldn't farm reactions from this game, which kind of feels like it was made to be that kind of game. The Cave Diver. The Cave Diver is by far the scariest game on this list, and it's not even out yet. Nothing even happened in this game and I was still shaking in my boots. In order of not scary to scary, Nightmare of the Adventures, Slender, Discussion Over Dinner, The Convenience Store, and The Cave Diver. I played these so-called horror games and they weren't that bad, except for The Cave Diver, so that's like 1 out of 5. So I'm gonna go look for more scary games to really rock my socks off. Bye bye.